Hi guys, Blake here with Lilleys Landing Resort and Marina on beautiful Upper Lake Taneycomo. It is Sunday the 13th of September and this is the one cast. Today I have boated up somewhere where I haven't fished in quite a while, probably almost all summer actually. I am back here behind the slough in Eagle Island, back behind Eagle Island. Today I'm going to throw a 1/32 ounce. I've got a black and white 1/32 ounce jig, 2-pound test. They are running no water again. I believe they're going to turn it on here soon for 1 hour, just like they've been doing for the last 5 days or so. And usually this little slough back here holds some trout. And like I said, I haven't fished it in a couple months, so I figured we'd give it a try today. So let's get a cast in there. Let's see. Beautiful day today. It was 68 degrees on the dock when I got here at about 10 o'clock this morning. About 70 or so up in Branson. The rain kind of, over the last few days, that front moved in and cooled things off a bit. And we had cloudy conditions this morning. The sun finally poked its head out. And I'd say we have no more than 73 to 75 degree weather today. Just absolutely perfect day. It's about just going on 4 o'clock in the afternoon right now. Nothing officially on the one cast. Let's see. I was gonna use my fly rod up here behind this slough. I usually do really well on small marabou jigs or the Turner micro jigs or midges under a float. This slough back here is actually deeper than you'd think it is. At least this part of it is. It's like 9 foot deep. So during the middle of the day, you can come back here sometimes and fish those small flies, 7 or 8 foot deep, and pick up some fish. Oh, there's one. There are fish back here still. I was wondering when I drove in through here, I actually had to turn my big motor off. There was so much grass growing up at the front of this that I couldn't run the big motor through. I had to do it with the trolling motor. There's a nice pretty rainbow. So I was curious if they maybe wouldn't move up here because of that grass, but it looks like there's at least one back here. Wish he would have came on the first cast. Fishing reports. Now that the water's been turned off again, the night crawlers filled with air have been working pretty good. Phil and Marcia took their grandkids out yesterday and said they could barely keep a rod in the water using those night crawlers filled with air. So they're getting that many fish on. And they did that trip, they took them out somewhat in the middle of the day, so they were biting those night crawlers pretty good. And guides this morning came back with fish. I didn't get a chance to talk to Bill and see what he was using, but they had their limits. They may have also been using night crawlers filled with air. What else? Oh yeah, last night We had Dwayne and oh, there's one. I felt him bite it. Dwayne and a bunch of friends out. We had probably 15 or 16 of us all did a big night fishing trip, and we did a cookout on Lookout Island last night. All fished for a while, and then Cal cooked up some ribs and rack of lamb, and it was really fun. Levi caught a 22.5-inch rainbow that I almost certain weighed 5 pounds. It was huge, just a football of a fish. Yesterday the dock reports weren't so good. A lot of people said they weren't catching many fish or any fish at all yesterday off the dock, but today I've seen a lot of people catching fish off the dock again. So I don't know if it was just a slow day yesterday or if the fish just happened to move back in front of the dock. It's also been a while since I used one of these black and white jigs. This was a color that worked pretty good for me all last summer. Talked to Darren Sadler yesterday. He had a afternoon trip, and he said that, well, actually I think he had 2 trips. He had one in the morning and one in the afternoon. He said the morning bite was pretty good. And then it died off for him. I think they were throwing something under a float, some type of fly. Turn the camera around this way. And then he said they went back up in the trophy area and switched over to throwing these 1/32 ounce jigs, and he said they started hooking up with fish again. And I did the one cast yesterday, and I kind of noticed that those fish were wanting to chase my jig more than bite it setting still. So if you're wanting to throw jigs, maybe the afternoon time, working them kind of like we're doing right now, is the better way to go. This weekend there was quite a bit of boat traffic out on the water. But today it has definitely slowed down. Not nearly as many boats out on the water today. With the water off, I know we've discussed it before, but that 2-pound test, those 6X's, 7X tippets are kind of essential when the water's this clear. Now that they've been leaving the water off for the last 5 days primarily, other than that 1 hour they've been running it, we're starting to get a little bit of algae growth around the lake. Kind of gets on your lure as you're working it. I'm gonna move the boat up a little bit. With the water being off, you can kind of get around up through this first first quarter, first third of this slough, but once you make it anywhere above this little pocket up here, you can't really go anywhere. There's too many logs. But I do know, like, some of the fish like to set up here a little farther. Seeing some moving up here. you're ever looking to do any kind of wildlife sightseeing, coming up behind this little slough is a pretty good spot. There's an eagle's nest back here. It is an active eagle's nest. They had babies in it this year. We actually saw an eagle out in front of the resort earlier today try to swoop a fish and he missed. But you can see eagles back here. There's a couple different kind of turtles that like to sit back here in this water where it's just a little warmer. There's a family of beavers that live back in here. I've seen groundhogs. The blue herons have some of their nests back here. Actually, a lot of their nests are back here, kind of near that eagle's nest. Just kind of a neat spot where everything congregates together. You have to be careful coming in here, though. Like I said, I'd recommend using your trolling motor. There's lots of... Oh, there he was. There's lots of weed and grass and logs to hit or get sucked into your prop, so... I know Mike had a little bit of trouble last night with his jet prop boat. There's kind of enough debris and leaves and moss on top of the water. It's clogging up some of those jet boats. I'll have to turn my depth finder on and see what the water temperature difference is back here. I know it's got to be getting, this water back here has got to be getting warmer because of the water not running. It's kind of just a pocket back here that I'm going to take a couple more casts over here and then I'm going to work my way back out. I feel like I was getting a little more action near the, closer to the mouth of this. The water probably warms up the farther you go back in here. So something I'm doing right now, I'm leaving a little bit of slack in my line to give that jig room to drop back down to the bottom, but I'm really watching my line because if it stops sinking when I know it's not supposed to, or if I see it move left or right, I know that I've got a fish on if I can't feel it in the rod. I would imagine that as I was driving through that thick grass up there, I saw a lot of different types of bait fish and minnows. I imagine there's sculpins and scuds swimming in that tall grass over there too. There's just a lot of micro movement going on. And I'm assuming the front side of the mouth of this is holding a lot of different types of fish right now. I've caught largemouth and smallmouth back here. It's kind of a, like I said, an area where the water gets a little warmer. You got a lot of structure, kind of like a little calm spot. Even whenever the water's running, this area runs much slower than the rest of the water in the lake. So it's kind of a calm spot for the fish to get out of the current whenever there is current. It's a good habitat. Oh, there he was. Alright, I'll turn the boat around and we're gonna go back towards the mouth. A couple turtles jumped right over there. I might even try to tie on, I brought a couple different colors with me. I thought maybe I'd get lucky and they hadn't seen black and white in a while and they'd go crazy for it, but I haven't really seen a whole lot of people fishing back here this summer. I haven't been out nearly as much this summer as I did last summer, but alright, one more cast with this color and I'm going to switch over to something else. Clouds are starting to set back over. I don't think they're calling for any rain. I think I heard someone say maybe Thursday. Okay, I'm going to tie on a different color here real quick. Oh. I'm going to tie on a sculpin and peach with a sculpin head. The jigs that I've thrown lately have all been sculpin and ginger because it's been working pretty good when I throw a jig. I haven't tried the sculpin and peach in a while either. hear what sounds like an eagle in the background. I don't know if you guys can hear that on the camera or not. Alright, so I got a sculpin and peach, the sculpin head. Just a beautiful day out here today. We're getting close to my favorite temperatures. I prefer right at about 70 degrees, but 75 I can deal with. When I pulled in here, I bet I saw about 20 turtles. They were all slammed next to each other on these logs. They didn't seem to like me a whole lot though. They kind of scattered rather quickly. I'll tell you what I like about that black and white jig is it kind of covers the contrasts, and for the most part I imagine to the fish it just looks like a little minnow, dark on the top and light on the bottom. Oh boy, that was definitely a trout. There you, oh, I thought for sure I had him. Turns out I found the log he was, oh boy, sitting over the top of there. This trolling motor's turned up a little too high. Alright, got it back. Alright, I think I'll take a couple more casts and then call it a day. There's one. At least I think it's one. I might have another log. Oh, that's a fish. Oh, he threw that jig right there. There's another one. Maybe they were all just closer to the mouth of the... Ooh, that's... Eagle got a little more size on him. Maybe they were just all a little closer to the mouth of the creek here. Come here, buddy. Stay photogenic for me. Yeah, that one's just really pretty spots. Ooh, you about got me hooked there. He got a pretty good belly on him. I think he's been eating a little bit of whatever's swimming around in that grass over there. Oh, I cast and I hit directly on top of the biggest moss pad floating out there. Almost hit it twice. If I was trying to do that, it had never happened. Sometimes in the middle of the summer, coming back here is a good spot to get away from the sun too. The trees kind of overhang on either side. We might just have to fish our way out of here. I'm seeing quite a bit of surface action coming out of here. It seems that all the bites I'm getting right now, I'm actually letting that jig sink all the way down and touch the, there's one, and touch the bottom. Like, oh, he came off. Dang it. They're kind of hitting it as it's just barely starting to come up back off the bottom. All right, 2 more casts. I'll take one out there. Thinking I drug it through some moss there. Doesn't seem to be sinking properly. And I definitely got moss on there. Yep. Can't catch fish that way. Okay. Still got moss on there. And I'm going to throw my last cast right over here by this tree. Who knows, maybe I'll pick up a smallmouth. I've caught quite a few actually right over there by that tree. Okay, well, we got a few of them to come out and play back here in the slough today. So we thank you guys for watching. Like and share us on Facebook, and we'll do it again tomorrow, guys.